beheaded the leader of the Devil's Tower 20 years ago. Seriously injured. When he was at his weakest, he was betrayed by his companions. Cast into the darkness. Now he rushes out of the Devil's Tower. So the game begins. How dare you attack me? And threw me into a trap. These scum. You're Doomsday Island. And the first thing Li Jian did when he left the tower, just get rid of this little trash in front of you. One punch, they chased away the husky who had just chased the boy, and 1 foot into the ground. The 2 teenagers exclaimed, "This orange disaster." But even advanced awakened people have a hard time dealing with it. But for this man, like pinching an ant to death. The next moment, the man found them. A flash disappeared from their eyes. A heavy kick fell in front of them both. The 2 were so frightened that their souls flew away. Li Jian took a closer look, only to find out that they are human. And a teenager was very excited. Tell your partner, this person seems to have come out of the tower. If this is reported, must be a big headline. Suddenly, it was dark around the 3 of them. It turned out that a giant cow herd appeared in front of them. Teenagers burst into tears because this demon wolf is the leader of the wolf district. This one is much more ferocious than the previous ones, shouting, "Big brother, run away." But Li Ji's heart was unmoved. It even feels a little boring. At this time, the demon wolf's eyes glowed red, killing intent. Suddenly, a huge heat wave shot out of his mouth, heading towards the 3. The 2 teenagers have given up hope. After a loud explosion, the 2 find themselves still alive. When you open your eyes and look ahead, shocked. This man actually blocked this terrifying blow. And still standing in front of them intact. But Li Jian is angry. You fucking dog. Local dogs should have local dogs. Look like sit down for me. This punch goes down. The demon wolf quaked. Lying on the ground, motionless. Another perfect landing. Awesome, that's it. The 2 teenagers are even more confused in the confusion. After Li Jian solved all the wooden houses, suddenly he said, "You 2." The 2 were instantly terrified, shouting. Li Jian slowly turned his head and said a word. The 2 were already trembling with fear. Give what? A change of style. You're smiling. Buy me a meal. Yeah. And clothes. This man just accidentally looked in the mirror. I was scared by the person in the mirror because all the scars on my body are gone and returned to the way it used to be. Here's the thing. The man just came out of the tower. Helped 2 teenagers solve a few cute puppies. In return for saving my life, 2 teenagers did the thing they regret the most in their lives. That is to invite this man to dinner. Just now, he ate 120 meals, and he said that the boy has no money. Self-restraint. Just have one more Shinramen at the end. It's not easy to stop anyway. So the boy asked about the origin of Li Jian. Brother, what do you do? Why was it near the tower at that time? Are you a saint or a leader? Li Jian replied, I came out of the tower. The boy heard that Li Jian came out of the tower, even more confused. I was about to ask something more. He was asked by Li Jian. You seem like a normal person. Why can I feel the magic in you? Then his companion next to him said, That's because he's a saint. Are you not graced by the Holy Spirit? Awakened as a saint? Li Jian said excitedly with a spoon in his hand. Holy shit! Why should I serve those guys? Finish. The famous scene has arrived, Li Jianwu. I caught a glimpse of the reflection in the spoon and stopped. I didn't really get it at first. Suddenly, startled. Good guy. Who is this handsome guy? Immediately shout mirror. Where is the mirror? Come to the mirror. Li Jian immediately took off his shirt. Exactly. This is my original body. All the scars are gone. Because of the special power in my body. All the damage done is gone. So, the arm that was broken before also grew back. And why is there a pattern on this palm? Suddenly, Li Chen's arm was in severe pain. She let out a loud roar. System voices rang out in his mind. You have completed the impossible. The original ability value will be transferred to the new body. All the achievements achieved in the tower will be converted into experience points. Throne skill generated. You can use Afiyuka's powers now. Li Jian listened to the voice in his head. Slowly closed his eyes. When I opened my eyes again, a giant snake appeared in front of him. The behemoth was also taken aback by this. Li Jian reached out to touch him. When Li Jian touched him, space explodes with intense light. Then he suddenly woke up. Consciousness has not yet come from what you have just seen. React. The teenager next to him came over and asked Big Brother, Are you all right? Li Jian asked the two teenagers next to him. Did you just see? A giant snake. Hands are still scratching. But it doesn't matter. The teenager next to the stroke said his tongue didn't see it. I saw you in front of the mirror, Big Brother. Hold your hand. Yelling out there. Screaming and jumping. It was a pretty humiliating scene. The two teenagers are still thinking, is this Big Brother really abnormal? But then the voice was in my head again. The sea rang. You have become the master of Ophiuchos, Shua. Various panels appeared in front of him one after another. Your body has been regenerated. Will receive light punishment. The punishment is a 50% reduction in physical ability. Remaining time 1,032 hours. Only then did Li Jian understand. The body recovers because of this super regenerative reason. But he was never with any other saints, heard of such a thing existing. And there is absolutely no power of the Holy Spirit here. Anyway, the body has recovered. It's not a bad thing at all. Then the remaining thing is find out who betrayed me. The thought of taking care of these guys and the bastard who attacked me. Think of this. I'm so excited. 20 years ago, a demon's tower has appeared in this city. There are countless disasters here. During these 20 years, There are countless disasters that have escaped from here. And just today, the Devil's Tower, as hard as iron, collapsed. In a building at this time, a press conference on the collapse of the Devil's Tower. 2 adults. What do you think of the collapse of the Devil's Tower? Do you think Lord Li Jian is still alive? This is Aries Saint Yang Wei. He is now suppressing wood inside. After a long sigh, he said about this, I have no comment. Then they evacuated the venue. Li Jian, Li Jian, Li Jian. Today is the first time. Is Li Jian still alive? He can stay in that tower for 20 years. Absolutely impossible. There were thousands of them in that tower. And it's all black. We could sneak out the red eye back then. It's already a miracle. How could he possibly survive in that situation? And it's been 20 years. His body was on the verge of collapse. What's more, he's not the guy who was protected by the Holy Spirit. If he is still alive, by then it will be all over. But what he didn't know was Li Jian at this time, already picking his first target. Time back to the present. This is Li Jian's good brother named Oats. Is a saint of God's work. Right now, he's on his way to talk to the head of state. In the car, he thought of Li Jian again, because he prophesied. Li Jian will fall in the Devil's Tower. I also asked Li Jian about this, advised him to be careful, because he was entrusted by Li Jian at that time. Come out of the tower and destroy the evil outside. I pray in my heart that the prophecy will never come true. Li Jian, are you going to come back alive? Wait until the battle is over. He did not see Li Jian's figure because of the guys who entered the tower with Li Jian. Abandoned him. However, what Oates did not know was that these guys didn't just desert him. Someone else attacked him when he was at his weakest. Bring back all the spoils alone, including the boss's phone. Credit this time. Let the reputation of 12 saints, including Otis, rise high. Hailed as a hero by all mankind. Acquire higher rights. But he still couldn't believe the news of Li Jian's death. I have also wanted to find Li Jian countless times, but the other saints did not believe that Li Jian was still alive at all. I even resented his behavior, and also mocked that he could find others by himself. But by then, 12 saints will become 11 saints. Go back 20 years. Oates has let go. You're right. No matter how strong Li Jian is, it is impossible to come back alive. What's more, it's been so many years. Then the driver reminded the Prime Minister to call. Oates took the call and said lightly, "What's the matter?" It turns out that the Prime Minister has heard of evil. The tower collapsed. He wanted Oates to try again. Can you find the parts? Oates said sorry and rejected him. It's already chilling, because he's been looking for it for so many years, this collapse. It must have been done by Li Jian's followers. Oates thought, the Prime Minister is going to use this to help him win votes. But the Prime Minister's next words gave him a jolt. A message just came from the government of country. Just now, that line is ringing. At this time, Oates could no longer sit still. Excitedly asked what line rang again. It's Li Jian's dedicated direct phone line. Li Jian's dedicated direct telephone line.